Hi, my name is Brandon, and thank you for joining us for our yoga for first responders and veterans. This is a part of our Namaste Move Your Way. So, first of all, thank you all for all that you do, um, your selfless work. For the next 30 to 40 minutes or so, I'm going to ask you to just take your thoughts and awareness to yourself and allow some time for yourself here. All right, so let's begin in a nice, comfortable, seated position. It may be legs crossed, it may be legs uncrossed, whatever is comfortable for you. And begin by sitting up nice and tall, finding length in the spine. Finding length in the spine. And begin to just bring your thoughts and awareness into this space. Wherever you are, it's a safe space. Soften your shoulders. Feel free to either close your eyes or soften your gaze. And just feel yourself rooted into the mat. Take a quick moment to just scan your body. Just take a moment to observe how you feel, physically and mentally. And then bring your thoughts and awareness to your breathing. So just observe how you're breathing right now. Is your breath short? Is it deep? And then begin to take the breath in through the nose and out of the nose. Begin to deepen the breath by slightly restricting it at the back of the throat. This is called a Ujjayi breath, and you can feel free to use this breath to guide you throughout today's practice. And the great thing about this breath is it can regulate your body's energy, so you can use it in this class or at any time throughout your day. If anything is bringing your anxiety up, you can bring your awareness back to your breath, or if you need to pick yourself up, your breath can also do that as well. And then just a few deep cleansing breaths here. So taking the breath in through the nose, breathe in. Exhale the air out of your mouth. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. One more deep breath in. Exhale the air out. And let's bring the hands to heart center and just take a quick moment to create an intention for today's practice. Whatever reason that you came here today, just take a moment to envision that for your practice. Maybe you want to dedicate this class to a person or a thing that is important to you. And on your next deep breath in, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, bring your arms down, come into a seated twist. Taking the left arm across the left knee. Inhale, lengthen here. Exhale, twist into the stretch. A couple more breaths. On your next inhale, return back to center, lifting the arms up high. Exhale, twisting to the other side. Lengthening, sitting up tall as you inhale, twisting deeper with each exhalation. On your next inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, arms down. Begin to reach forward here, taking the arms to the front. And a few breaths right here in our first deep stretch of the day. Feeling the hips begin to open, lower back. And I ask you just to remain curious throughout today's practice. So just observe where you feel each pose, each stretch. Your next inhale, sitting up nice and tall. And let's do a quick cat-cow sequence here while we're seated to get the spine warmed up. So on your next inhale, open the heart, pull your shoulder blades back. Exhale, tuck your chin to your chest, round the back. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, round the back, deep stretch. One more time, inhale, open it up. Exhale, round the back. And inhale, come back, sitting up nice and tall. From here, I invite you to meet me at hands and knees. And on your next inhale, take your left foot back, tuck your toes into the mat. Exhale, press your left heel back and away to activate a stretch in your calf. On your next inhale, lift the leg up. Exhale, take it across the body, turning your gaze back toward that foot. Feeling a nice opening on the side body here. Inhale, lift the leg back up. Exhale, from here, bring your right arm forward. Bring your fingertips into the ground. And either stay here or challenge your balance by bringing your right arm up. Lengthening your body from your fingertips all the way down to your feet. Finding your balance, feeling yourself strongly rooted in this pose. From here, bring your right hand down. Take your left leg, step it all the way through to a kneeling position. Rise up, lift your arms up high. Soften the shoulders. And see if you can sink down into the stretch to open up the hip. They say the body holds stress and trauma in the hips. So throughout today's class, we're going to do some hip openers to work out some of that stress, relieve some of that trauma. Deep breath, inhale. Exhale, bring the arms down. And from here, begin to walk the fingers back, straighten the left leg, flex the left foot. Observe a stretch in your hamstring. And if you want to get a deeper stretch here, begin to lower yourself down, allow yourself to sink down into the pose. Begin to walk the fingers back up and then come back to hands and knees. From here, inhale, step the right leg back this time. Exhale, press the right heel back and away, observing where you feel the stretch. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, take it across to the left side. Turn your gaze back toward the foot, opening up the side stretch here. Inhale, lift the leg up behind you. Flex the foot. Take your left hand, walk it out in front of you. And either keep it right here or to challenge your balance, lift the left arm up, bringing the right leg up, creating that straight line from your fingers down to your feet. Good. Begin to lower the left hand back down to the mat. Bring the right leg in this time. Come into a low lunge. Inhale, lift the arms up high. And begin to allow yourself to sink down to really open up the hip stretch on this side. Deep breath in. Exhale, arms down by your side. And begin to walk your walking your hands back to straighten the right leg this time. And either keeping it here or maybe lowering down a couple inches to feel a nice stretch here in your hamstring. And let's begin to walk the hands back forward. Press back to hands and knees. From here, go ahead and tuck your toes into the mat. Begin to really press down through the hands to lift the knees just a couple inches off the ground to hover. Activating the core, finding strength, and then begin to press yourself back to downward dog. Pressing the heels back, taking your gaze down between your feet, and maybe walking the dog if you like. Pedaling the feet back and forth here. And then press both heels back into the mat. Just taking a moment to feel whatever sensations come from our first downward dog of the day. And from here, either walk your feet to your hands or your hands to your feet to meet me in a forward fold. Maybe a generous or a light bend in the knees. And just ragdoll here. Let your arms dangle, let your head be heavy. And then slowly, one vertebrae at a time, slowly begin to rise up. Pull your shoulders up by your ears, back and down. Shake it out, just gather yourself while we're standing. Let's step to the top of the mat. On your next inhale, lift the arms up high. Exhale, coming down to chair pose. So begin to sit back into your chair, lift the arms up, lift the heart. Noticing where you feel your body working here, where you feel stretches. From here, feel free to bring your hands to heart center. And either keep it right here or come to a twisted chair, taking your right arm across the left side of your body. Either keep it here or to open up the stretch, open up the arms, and maybe take your gaze to the sky. Rotate back to center and take it to the other side. Either keeping it here or opening up to a fuller expression. Rotate back to center. Lifting up one more time into your chair pose, biceps by your ears, heart lifted. See if you can shift your weight to your left leg, feeling strongly rooted in your left leg to lift the right leg slightly off the ground. And then step back to a high lunge. Lift the arms up high. From here, let the left arm come down by your side and kind of lean over to the left side, reaching to the side to really open up a side body stretch here. sinking down a little bit if you like to open up a deeper stretch in the hips. And bring both arms back up. Open up to warrior two. Pivot the right heel down. Stretch your body, stretch your arms in both directions. See if you can sink down a little deeper. And allow yourself about 5 breaths here to really feel your left leg working, the right leg nice and stretched. Then take the front palm to the sky, reverse warrior, keeping your legs right where they are. Left arm reaches to the sky, reaches high up. Let the right hand just rest on the leg. And either keeping your gaze to the sky or maybe backing down. So choosing your perspective. Rotate back to warrior two. Begin to cartwheel the hands back down to your lunge. And then press back to downward dog. 2 options. 1, either keep it here for 3 breaths or go ahead and flow through your vinyasa. Inhale, coming down the plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, coming up to your back bend. Tuck your toes back in. Exhale, press back to downward dog. On your next inhale, lift your right leg up, 3-legged dog. And slowly with control, step your right leg all the way forward. Maybe you can step it all the way through. Or if you need to help it, feel free to just kind of give your leg a little assistance there. From here, rise up to a high lunge. Feel the stretch, feel the sensations, feel where your body is working. Bring your thoughts back to your breath, keeping your calm. Take your right arm, let it come down, and then begin to just let your body reach over to the right side, opening up the side stretch. See, really seeing if you can sink down into the pose. Reach both arms back up. Pivot the back leg, open up to warrior two. Finding your strength in your legs and your arms. Keeping your focus. Right palm up to the sky. Reverse warrior. Left arm comes back. Reach the right arm up to the sky. Observing where you feel the stretch. Observing what muscles you feel activated. Rotate back to warrior two. Cartwheel the hands back down to your lunge. And press back to downward dog. Either keeping it here for 3 breaths or flow through your vinyasa. Maybe this time come into a full cobra or upward dog. Meeting back in downward dog. One more warrior sequence here. Left inhale, left leg comes up high. Exhale, slowly in control. Step through. About 5 more deep breaths right here. About 5 more deep breaths right here. step it through. Go ahead and pivot the back heel down. Rise up, warrior one. Rising up tall with resilience. Open up to warrior two. And then reverse warrior. Come into extended side angle. Let the left arm rest down on your leg. Right arm either reaches overhead or reaching forward. 5 breaths right here. Rotate back to warrior two. And cartwheel the hands down to your lunge. Press back to downward dog. 3 breaths, 3 full breaths right here, or flow through your vinyasa. On your next inhale, this time taking the right leg, lift it up high. Exhale, slowly with control, step through to your lunge. Pivot the back heel down. Warrior one. Lifting up tall. Keeping the shoulders soft and relaxed. Finding that calmness throughout all these poses that you are really working, engaging your body. Open up to warrior two. Front palm up to the sky. Reverse warrior, 5 breaths right here. Extend the side angle, let the right arm come down. Rest on the leg, left arm to the sky or extend it forward. Rotate back to warrior two. And cartwheel the hands all the way down to your lunge. Press back to downward dog. From here, take your left knee, bring it to your left wrist, gently drop it down. Let the right leg rest on the mat, untuck the right toes, and maybe position your left leg a little more at the top of the mat as we prepare for pigeon pose. Another good hip opener here. So from here, just take a moment to lift the heart. Deep breath, inhale. And as you exhale, begin to either keep it where you are or to deepen the stretch, walk the hands out to lower yourself down into the pose. If you have tight hips like me, you might want to bring your awareness back to your breath. Without resisting this pose, without fighting it, just allow the mind to calm, to sink down into the pose. About 5 more deep breaths right here. Begin to walk the hands back in. Lift your heart. Tuck your right foot back into the mat to press back to downward dog. From here, take your right knee, bring it down to your right wrist, gently drop it down. Left knee and foot comes out, and reposition the right foot to where it's a little more parallel with the top of the mat. Sink down to really open up the hips here. So nice and tall. Deep breath, inhale. Exhale, begin to walk the hands out if you want to deepen your stretch here. and lower down into the pose. Five more deep breaths right here in pigeon pose. And good. Begin to come out of the pose by walking your hands back, pressing into the mat, lifting the heart. Tuck your left toes back into the mat and press back to downward dog. From here, begin to lower down to plank, either on hands and feet or on hands and knees, but either way, just keeping your arms activated and pressing down into the mat. Core is engaged, finding strength throughout the whole body. And then slowly begin to bring your knees down to the mat. Bring your big toes to touch. Press back to child's pose, lowering the hips back to the heels, and either bringing your head to stack fists or maybe all the way down to the mat. Taking a few breaths right here in child's pose. From here, begin to walk the hands over to the left side, and when the right side feels nice and open, when you feel a stretch, maybe take your right hand over the left and lower the head back down into the pose. On your next inhale, walking your hands back to center. Exhale, take it over to the right side. When the left side feels nice and open, taking the left hand over the right hand, lowering back down into the pose. Good. From here, bring the hands back to center. Meet me back in hands and knees. And I invite you to meet me in a seated position. Bring your feet flat on the floor. Hands just a few inches behind you. From here, begin to allow yourself to lower back and then activate the core to lift the feet off the ground. Option 1 is keeping it here. Option 2, add the arms. Or option 3, straighten the leg all the way out. Three more breaths right here. And gently begin to release back down. Good. Let's try that one more time. So begin to let yourself lower back, bringing the feet off the ground, either keeping it here or choosing whatever variation that feels right for you today. Staying strong, challenging yourself. 3 more breaths right here. And then gently bring the hands and feet back down to the mat. From here, go ahead and grab for your legs. And then release the legs and slowly let yourself roll back down to the mat. From here, let your left leg extend all the way out. Grab for your right leg. Pull it in for a nice stretch. Hugging your knees and towards your chest. Then flex the right foot up, down, up, down. And make gentle circles with the ankle in both directions. Keeping your left hand on your leg, take your right arm, palm out to the side, and come into a twisted torso. Spinal twist right here. Allow your shoulders to rest on the mat. And next inhale, lift the leg back up. And then let the right leg extend all the way out. This time pulling the left leg in. Hugging your knee in towards your chest. Flex the left foot up, down, up, down, in gentle circles with the ankle in both directions. Allow the right hand to stay on your leg, left hand comes down to your side, and come into a spinal twist, taking the legs over to the right side. Bring that leg back in. This time pull both legs in and just give yourself the biggest hug you've had all day. Maybe taking a moment to rock side to side to massage the back. And let the feet come down to the mat. And then extend the legs all the way out as we prepare for our final relaxation, Shavasana. Make any adjustments you need to just get nice and comfortable here. Allowing your body to just sink down into the mat. Soften the gaze or close your eyes if you like. Maybe tucking your chin in just to relieve any tension from the neck. Soften your shoulders. Soften your torso. Soften your legs and feet. And just take a few moments here to quiet the mind in Shavasana. Begin to bring life back into the body by wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, making gentle circles with the ankles and wrists, and maybe bringing small movements back into the arms and legs. Gently take your head from side to side. One more good morning stretch. Reach the arms up and your feet down. And from here, just make your way over to your side. Into fetal pose, allowing your head to just rest on your bicep. And at your own pace, begin to make your way back to the comfortable seated position where we started. And once you get there, sitting up nice and tall, just taking a quick moment to check back in, quickly scanning the body just to observe how you feel now, physically and mentally. And then maybe taking a moment to create a goal for today, or maybe a goal in general. And to all the first responders and veterans, we want to thank you for all the service that you've done and continue to do. Let's bring your hands to Heart Center. Thank you for joining us today. Enjoy the rest of your day. Namaste.